Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never Open Podcast, the podcast open to everyone, except people who tell me to be patient. I got ADHD. I want to fucking punch you in the nuts. That's how we're starting the show. Yep. My name is Luke. I'm your host of the Never Open Podcast, and with me, as always, is the man that I can't punch in the nuts because he's in America and I'm not. It's Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hey, I'm Mr. Andy.
No, it's been a morning. Not a bad morning, but just I'm not used to getting everything done by 9 a.m., Mr. Guy, with the time changes and stuff. We had the sweet spot of 10 o'clock, and then maybe the bit too long spot of 11 o'clock, and now we're back to 9 a.m., and I'm getting used to that. So that's all right, everyone. No one cares. They might care about what we're going to talk about today, Mr. Guy. Sakura Genesis, which was on a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, I liked it. You know, I'm kind of excited to talk about it. There was a lot of good stuff that happened. There was some, stuff that's just like, all right. But I mean, we were talking about it before the show a little bit. Like New Japan's kind of figured out a few things on how to keep us watching for years and years and years. And they're like a very consistent wrestling product. And that's why I like them. I mean, if you had to boil it down, that's probably why, is that they're consistently good. And when they're bad, it's very rare. And when they're not really bad, you know what I mean? It's like, that's why that Makabe Tanahashi match was kind of shocking a little bit, because it was genuinely shitty wrestling. And it was like, wow, New Japan doesn't really do that.
Like we might joke on some nights that, they're having a bit of fun, they're wrestling light tonight. But like, that's just...
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Right.
Yeah, we have fun with some of those. So,
it doesn't hurt your fandom. It'll make you go, fuck this place. It's like the extremes of emotion that I experience watching a New Japan show are contained within the New Japan show. You know what I mean? It doesn't make me angry or sad or happy outside of that. So,
and Andy's least favorite wrestler in New Japan is the champion, and he's still excited to do the podcast and watch New Japan and stuff. So, same. Right. Me too. Yeah.
Is there anyone I don't like more than Goto in New Japan?
Is there anyone I don't like more than... Yeah, there is.
Oh, there's like half the roster, I would say. You. It's like I'm the one who's not super negative all the time. So that's the more interesting topic when you think, who do I like least or less than Goto? I mean, Yujiro probably. I like Yujiro less. I don't really talk about it because what's the point?
Yeah, because they're not pushing Yujiro to be the fucking champion. What are you talking about? Get out of here.
He's stank champion. He is a champion.
He's stank champion. Like, no one cares about that. He's just coasting. He's had that spot, that same spot that he's had since I started watching in 2017. Yeah. He's just he's on a roller coaster that's just like a straight line.
I forgot he existed for a while, and I was like, "Hey, we haven't seen Yujiro for a while," and you were like, "He wrestled earlier."
Yeah, I remember that. Isn't it great we haven't seen Yujiro? I'm like, dude, he's stank champion. Like, what are you talking about?
I forgot about it.
But we'll get there, everyone. But there's ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Blue Sky. We're at Never Open Pod. Just look us up there. You'll see the logo. It's all good. You can probably find us individually through that. If you like guitar pedals, Doctor Who, and comic books, that's what you'll see on our individual Blue Skies. But if you want to send us a written or voice email, you can do that too. neveropenpod@gmail.com. Also, I'm not wearing it today, but you'll probably see a giant ass logo behind Mr. Guy that shows you what it looks like. Anyway, if you got any of that Starship Banks money, kick it our way. We have a Teespring store where you can buy merch that'll make you look never as fuck. And you can see me do this intro. Hey, on the YouTubes. We're on YouTube. Never Open Podcast. Hey, come check us out. Give us a like. Share and subscribe. See me burp while I tell you to like it and subscribe. It's not disgusting at all.
It's like you're playing into the stereotype of the wrestler podcaster. It's just some fat guy in his mom's basement or whatever, eating chips and watching wrestling and judging. But I mean, that's kind of what we are. So
I was saying to you, like, is there a way to do this Google chat so when we're both on the screen at the same time and people can see both of us? And you're like, I don't know if we can do that through Google. People listening could probably be like, you just do this. But having thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing when Andy's talking? Oh yeah, I'm probably picking my nose or something. So don't worry about it.
Okay. I wasn't worried about it, so I'll continue to not worry, but I appreciate it.
Be
This is
happy.
at Ryogoku Hall, which is a fucking hot crowd. It's packed and stacked. At one point, I didn't listen to this, but I heard someone said and told me that Chris Charlton said this was like the most fans they'd ever had at this venue, or they have had in a long time, or some
This
shit.
decade. So yeah. And we're halfway through the decade, so that counts. It's not as if it's 2021. He
I
said that.
gotcha. This
So,
decade. That is cherry picking a little bit though.
oh yeah,
'Cause it's like...
the attendance been down, and they've been building it back up since COVID. So like, I'm gonna allow it.
I do love when the sports guys will be like, this pitcher, this is the first time a pitcher has ever gotten a win on a night in October where it was 25 degrees or less. It's like they start, the more details you work into the statistic, the less it means to me.
It's the first time this footballer has ever managed to throw the ball this good during Lent.
Right, exactly. While there was a full moon. It's like there's always some qualifier that's like, come on now. But this crowd was hot. I listened to the Japanese commentary. You probably watched it in English, and we can give you both perspectives.
I put one match on in Japanese.
Fair enough.
Because I didn't want any kind of, it's the never open match. Don't give me any stats or nothing. I just want to watch the match. So I made the switch there.
It's better,
I don't need any never titles. Did I say never open title? Yeah, it is what it's called. Sorry, I thought I said never open podcast title. Never mind.
Well,
but yeah.
I mean, yes and yes. It's both those things, Luke.
Indeed. Would you like to... Did you watch the Miroshima versus Daiki Nagai kickoff?
Yes, I watched it. Are you fucking kidding me? I loved it. This match was awesome. Miroshima versus trash talking young lion. And I'm just like, fuck him up, Miroshima. I want him to humble this kid. That's what I want. Because everybody's always
camel clutch.
They're always humbling, poor Miroshima.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, a friend of the show, Jamie Coy, sent me a GIF earlier yesterday, I think. And it was of young Okada walking up in a match and trying to chop Kenta Kobashi. And he's like, Kenta Kobashi's like reaction is like, are you fucking kidding me? And Okada's reaction is like, that's right. He has to be determined. He has to show that. And, I realized, it was an old clip. And I realized that is a spot that has been in Japanese wrestling probably from the beginning. The young guy challenges the veteran and the veteran smacks him down. But the young guy has to do that. He has to challenge and he has to have that conviction, and it's such a great spot. So it's fun to see Miroshima on the higher end of that. And that's what we got going on here. So it's fun. Daiki Nagai shows some good fire, though, when he gets locked up by Miroshima in some Indian deathlock thing. And they start chopping each other and stuff, and it's good. I like that. But Miroshima responds with a knee smash and then a super knee smash. Fuck your leg, Daiki Nagai. But Daiki Nagai chops Miroshima in the corner and pushes Sakamoto out of the way when he tries to intervene because he won't stop. And the crowd's like, that's another one of those spots that's the same thing. They don't want to see the ref get pushed down, but okay, I take this guy a little more seriously now. You know what I mean?
Fire.
Right? Yeah, there's something to that. And I love how Japanese wrestling it's communicated and how it's different. And I like it better than Western wrestling.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's great. It's just like
another podcast about it.
It's just another reason why it's awesome. But and we have a Shibata drop kick from Daiki Nagai. What? And Miroshima power slam is so weird because he leaves his feet and doing a power slam, which is not normally how you do it, right? So it's almost like Tour of the Islands a little bit. It's a little more like that than it is a power slam because he's leaving his feet and like landing with the guy, and it looks a lot like that. So I noticed that on this one because Daiki Nagai's so teeny tiny. But look, if Miroshima's throwing you around, how small are you?
Yeah.
So, anyway, he brabs that kid, and that was great. That's our guy. That's our young lion.
Yeah. It's nice. Like Miroshima's the sometime this year maybe he'll piss off on Excursion maybe, or sometime next year. And Daiki Nagai's like the young lion, and they're both my favorites. So at least when one of them leaves, I'll have the other one still sticking around.
Hey, and I'm curious about the other guys because they're there, but they aren't wrestling. So I'm curious to see
Well,
what happens.
Shomikado just got he got broken by the boss. And what's Yasuda doing? Yeah, Yasuda was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was there. He's been there, but he's injured or something. There was a point during one of the matches, I think I can't remember what show it was, but it was where ELP was on with Walker, and he was talking about how, that kid's hurt and he's still here working, and he was like, respect, like giving a kid respect. I like that. So there's something going on.
Yeah, me too. All right, man. Let's do it. Oh, by the way, we were at Ryogoku Sumo Hall. I don't know if either of us mentioned that.
I did mention it, and I talked about the crowd.
Crowd's awesome tonight. And except for the last match where they fucking make me feel like I'm in Bizarro World. Make me feel like Megatu from Zoolander. I feel like I'm taking crazy pals.
I turned it down for the main event. I don't want to hear it. I liked all those people. I didn't want to not like them all of a sudden. So
yeah. All right. So we start off with a pretty damn good match. It's Sonata versus Yuya Uemura. And I like that Taka and Taichi are coming down. They got new Just 4 Guys t-shirts. What do their tracky pants say, though? Just 5 guys.
I didn't notice that. That's funny.
Yeah. So my theory is, all right, we got to pimp out the new shirts, but we haven't sold out of trackies yet.
Right.
That's a Taka move right there. You could say that's a mistake, but this is Taka Michinoku in the group, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
He's going after the smart marks. The smart marks, that's who he's going after.
Taka's always hustling. Sonata is in white and yellow.
Chartreuse. That scarf. It's so funny.
I don't know, man. Does he just go past some kind of retro shop or thrift store or something and be like, you, that'll do. Yeah. He comes out in fucking Sonic the Hedgehog shoes later on.
Yeah. Yeah. What's funny is that he's always fucking with Milano, right?
Mm.
This is what Milano used to do. This is exactly what Milano used to do. He would come out dressed like a fucking maniac. He was like Jesse Ventura. The more outrageous it looked, the more he would do it. And so, he was the same way. He had an invisible dog. I mean, that's come on. Sonata's he's a fucking amateur at this point. But I like what I'm seeing.
So we get some great grappling to start here. Both guys just
dope.
It's awesome. And then Yuya has wrist control and he won't let it go. To the point where Sonata gets out of it and doesn't move. Yeah, I've still got the wrist. I'm not letting it go. And that's foreshadowing for the finish of the match too, which is so good because he works that arm really well. Sonata takes control and they go on the outside. And hey, hi Milano. Hey, remember when I was your favorite wrestler? Fuck you. And he sends Yuya into Milano. Milano sells. Yuya chops Sonata. And then Sonata makes sure to go, onto Milano again. And then throw Yuya back on top of him. So I'm fucking crying. That is amazing.
He did show little balls, though. Milano kind of puffed up to him a little bit and got destroyed. It was great.
Oh, yeah. And I like that too, because his 2 favorite wrestlers for the longest time were Evil and Sonata.
Yes. We should worry about the DKC. Maybe that's why he quit liking him so much, is because he realized he wasn't going to turn heel one day. So
not just turn heel, but it's like all his favorite wrestlers don't just turn heel. They Temple of Doom his heart and rip it out and look at it while it's beating and all that kind of stuff. Oh my god. Yuya does this cool arm drag thing, which I'm like, okay, that's an interesting angle and way of doing an arm drag. Then this really cool looking Uranagi. I'm like, oh, fuck. There's this great reversal sequence. Oh my god. All right. Sonata's known for this. This is his bread and butter, reversals and really good kind of grappling. And he's a dab hand at all this stuff. Yuya, he can go with Sonata perfectly with all this kind of stuff too. So if you got this kind, and Evil's really good at that, we're getting into that reversal stretch, that kind of stuff. Yuya's got it down pat now as well by the look of things. So I think he's going to be just fine in New Japan for sure. It's awesome. It ends with Sonata shoving Yuya into the ref, pop-up low blow and a shining wizard. Sakamoto is dumb. And Yuya, he blocks this move by Sonata and hits an armbar, which makes Sonata tap right away. Why? He get that? He's got his arm pretty much damaged earlier in the match, so it was nice, a nice callback, and I like. It's a nice little quick tap out. It was very Saxon Juniorish. It was nice. It was a good
It
match.
was
A
good.
really good
It's like
opener.
Rihai was the guy in TMDK, but that doesn't mean, I mean, Taka Michinoku is a master of holds as well. So it's, I mean, he taught Zach, the Zach driver. I mean, come on. So where does it all come from? From Taka. So, you know, it's great that
Taka
that
is
worked.
coming.
Motherfucker. I love this match. I thought it was fantastic. And I just like the beginning was so good. It was like Zack Sabre Jr. versus Sonata. It was very similar to that, but in a different, more Japanese and brutal way that was like really good. Because like Sonata was fucking him up too. I mean, he hit a magic screw on the floor and then won in the ring, and it was great.
Sonata has basically turned into what Kenta was. He's got the very Kenta style of cheating, you know, and yeah. So I thought I'm gonna love him even more later on, but I've been loving this Sonata because he's doing the little cheating moves and stuff, but he's incorporating that kind of cheating into this really smooth, amazing wrestling that he has, and I just think it works. Everything it's just really good motion. Yeah.
Plus, he sold like a champ in this match. I mean, look how good you looked in this. That's not one guy doing that. You know what I mean? That's two guys. No. And I really like this a lot. It's funny you mentioned that he's like Kenta, but the wink and the nod is less obvious because Sonata's not a bully. Like, he's not a bruiser type of bully kind of guy. He's a different kind of bully. And like where Kenta has that pedigree of like, he will fuck you up. So he can get away with the jokey joke stuff a little more, where Sonata doesn't sell it, you know, as a joke.
Excuse me.
He doesn't sell it as a joke. He just sells it as, you know, I just wish what I'm doing. If you got a problem with it, I don't care. You know, it's kind of more like that, which I like. That match was awesome. So next week we have a TV title match, IWGP TV title, not just any TV title, not the ROH TV title, and not that shitty NWA TV title that Jordan Clearwater had that I beat. Anyway, but it's Great O'Con versus ELP, and some Mark is out with Bag. All right, and I don't know, and the UE boys. I mean, Bag's there, but also the UE boys, and there's some Mark with them, and it's like, can you pay New Japan to like come out with the boys? Is that what's going on here?
The dude's name is Masami Obari.
Okay.
He's one of the Fatal Fury developers.
Oh, that's right. There's a video game. We forgot to mention that this show and the whole that like Road 2 tours as well was sponsored by video games. So we have like, they're not marks. My bad. They are video game developers. So they and then there's like a character from the video game that comes out later, right? So okay. I got that. Thank you.
Come on,
but anyway,
he's marking out. But,
he was a mark. Anyway, Jotto's also there. But there's two huge dives from ELP right at the beginning before Great O'Con's even ready. And Great O'Con recovers and throws ELP onto the guardrails very safely. But ELP takes a crazy bump that's like looks super scary, and it's awesome. So Great O'Con recovers. He throws ELP on. Oh wait, I already said that. But Great O'Con makes a table out of 3 chairs, and they try to like throw each other through it, and it's kind of fun. There's a TTD onto the apron from Great O'Con. That was cool. Upside down apron power bomb is kind of what that was, right?
Yeah.
You know, I like that. That's a cool move. It looks like it hurts real bad, but I bet you it's not bad at all. You know, that was pretty cool. So Great O'Con throws ELP around, and the crowd chants for him. They love Great O'Con there. They also like ELP. So if the Venn diagram of fans there, it's almost like they're all like this, right?
In the middle, yeah.
And because it seems like that they all overlap. So they're all chanting for Great O'Con. They're all chanting for ELP. Maybe it's not accurate, but that's what it sounds like. And it's hilarious because he's supposed to be like the mean heel in this match. And when he does something dastardly, the crowd's like, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. It's great. So ELP gets his share of chance too, but you know, it is dueling. And ELP can't throw hands because his shoulder's fucked. And luckily in this match, he doesn't sell it like it's real. Thank you. At that time he was selling it like it was real. I don't like it. It's just too much, man. So, but he can't, he can't do the elbows and stuff. So Great Khan puts the claw on ELP's dick as they fight on the top rope. That was good times. Frankensteiner. Yeah. Frankensteiner from ELP. Thunder was a Thunderballs, but Great Khan gets his knees up. That was very telegraphed. It was fucking, but it always is, But Great Khan tries, what's to say? He tries pins consistently in this match. So he wants to win this, and he understands there's a time limit. And many times he's just grabbing a pin. Like at times he wouldn't normally because of the time limit. He is trying to pin ELP, which I like that. There's like a sense of urgency. He wants to win, right? So, and he wants to put him away now, which I appreciate. But there's big reversals that leads to a double down. ELP rips the burger wrap off his shoulder. I don't need that. I don't need this greasy shit. And he slaps the shit out of Great Khan. And it was like, hey, that may be one of the best slaps I've ever seen ELP do. That was really good. So that was like a Kenta slap. So, and then Jado helps ELP put his shoulder back in place to get him over.
I like that. That was nice. All right, maybe it wasn't dislocated or nothing, but the visual of them doing that, like, why don't they do that more often? Like,
it's mega baby face shit,
Oh, yeah.
So which I like that. So then he's ready to go. He gets his shit in, and he hits sudden death and a CR2, but no, Great Khan kicks out. Great Khan avoids a dive. Boo. That was great. He just walks away. And the ELP goes to the outside while Kenta Sato's counting because he's going to go out there and get Great Khan. Great Khan's like, I'll be over here, and ELP's, well, I'm going to come get you because he also wants to win the match, right? But we get some chair shenanigans that leads to a TDD. It's hard to say TTD. I don't know why. It's hard to say that.
10 times fast,
Tens on Tombstone is easier to say.
But it's TTD.
Yeah, but, well, it just is.
TTS sounds too much like tits, but yeah.
I mean, that's... Anyway, so TTD on a chair while Kenta Sato's counting, right? Great Khan wins by count out. Don't like that. But he's the new champion. What? Okay, whatever. Great Khan's the champion. Now, hang on. And here's why this is good, okay? Look at what he did with the King of Pro Wrestling title. What can he do with this? So I'm happy Great Khan's a champion. That was a weak kind of finish, though, right?
Thing is, so we're setting up. They set up, if you remember, Great Khan to be a heel because he got TJP to do extra damage on El Phantasmo, and then he joined in with a couple of TTDs as well a couple of shows ago. So they're trying to make him a heel. The problem is no one else in the Empire has that memo at all. So it's kind of like, I guess they've rectified it, but it's kind of like when you've got Sonata in your War Dogs group, you're just like, the other guys aren't really cheating that much. Like, not even Finley listed at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
that's
like,
all weird, and it's fun.
So is he the only heel in this faction? Are they going to turn the rest of them heel? Like, what's going on? Got too many faces. I like this match a lot. I don't mind the finish too much. I mean, he did the Iron Claw to the dong, so, like, he's definitely a heel.
Well, so New Japan actually has this thing that they come out with, right? And it's the official factions, like graphic, right? And on top, it's two-sided, but it's top and bottom. On one side, it has like Hantai, just 5 guys or just 4 guys, and then it's not Chaos anymore, so it's TMDK. That's on the top. And on the bottom, it's Bullet Club War Dogs, it's House of Torture, and it's United Empire. So that whole group is supposed to be heels now in canon. But I mean, in practice, we know that alignment is situational in New Japan. It just is. So, that's what we're getting tonight. Tomorrow it might be something different.
If we're in one of those rare towns that don't like Naito, their wrestling is the biggest heels you've ever seen. But if they're wrestling in the rest
of the world.
If they're wrestling in the rest of the world, they'll still do some Rudo shit, but yeah.
But it's funny.
Yeah. All right. I guess I am stalling a little bit. We have
last in a lifetime, Luke.
Oh yeah. It is Shooter Umino versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. And look, hey, Tanahashi's in Fatal Fury cosplay with a person who, as Ian put it on the Blue Skies, Tanahashi is with an emotional support twink, which fucking made me laugh.
It's like anime character that he's with, right? That's
Yeah,
kind of what's
yeah.
going on. And
From,
it's like, great, there's an anime character. Cool.
and their name is Momoto. Okay.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
That's a wrestling name.
That is a wrestling name.
Fucking fantastic. That's a world champion name right there.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I see this match and I'm like, you know what? Shooter should win this match. Like, he just should. And I know that. But then I realize it's Shooter and I want Tanahashi to win.
Come on. Come on.
I'm not behind him still. Like this match is. I think I like this match more than I liked the Shingo match, though. If that makes sense, this match is really good. You know, and I think it's a bit of Tanahashi going like, all right. So in story, Shooter's got to prove himself to Tanahashi, but I think there's a bit of the other way around too. Hey, I'm on my way out, but I can still hang with the young guys. You know, that's like. And I think there's a bit of this. Also, Tanahashi, I'm going to stop my comments about Tanahashi now if he's going to pull out straight jacket German suplexes every single fucking match. I don't give a shit about the high fly flow or the aces high or the fucking, twist and shouts or sling blades. Or the JTOs. I don't care about any of those moves. Like, they're great, but I don't need them. Give me that straight jacket German. And he hits it on Shooter. Fucking beautifully. I loved it. Sorry, I even did the chef's kiss. I know you hate it, but
he only busted out in big matches. Excuse me, and this is a big match. So
yeah, no, this does have that feel as well. So I have to admit, I kind of like this match. It did win me over, despite like me not being particularly hot on either guy, and not being particularly hot on Shooter by the end of it. Still, I don't know what he can do now. I don't know. I think he needs new music and pants. Maybe that's what he. Yeah, and whatever. I don't know. But and what they do by the end of the night with him, it doesn't like. I'm with the crowd there, boo.
I had turned down. Damn, I missed them booing. Goto was in the vicinity, and
Goto fucking calls out Shooter, and the crowd's like, "Boo!"
Goto got booed. Wow, I missed that. I have to watch that again. That's good times.
Yeah, no, it's fine. There's lots of cool reversals and things. We do get an Aces High at some point as well, which Walker never calls an Aces High. It's the high fly attack.
So is it the high fly flow when they're standing? And it's Aces High when they're laying down? Is that the deal?
No. If I'm laying down and Tanahashi's going to jump on top of me while I'm laying down, that's the high fly flow. If he's going to do the same move but I'm standing up, that's the Aces High.
What? I don't know. But what is it? What is it when he does it to your back? Because he used to do it to people's back all the time.
It's a fucking dick move. That's what it is.
He did. He used to do that all the time. He would turn them over and do it on their back and shit. So.
He fucking hates someone and wants the extra stank when he rolls them over onto their belly and then high fly flows them like that.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
But any move done to the back like that is a total dick move. Like, holy shit.
I have a question. Isn't it kind of cool that he's not doing that to the floor anymore? Like, remember we'd be like, "Oh, come on, stop doing it! It's awesome, stop doing it." And
I love that, but
he stopped it.
You don't. Yeah, he has. He'll do it in the ring now, and I'm like, cool. I'm happy with that.
Good enough.
There is a second chapter by Shooter for the win.
Oh, that's
and yeah. Then he gets on the mic and he's like, "I'm not in Hontai anymore," and I'm like,
okay. That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
I'm leaving Hontai.
Lead with a D. I was confused too, but Chris and Walker, I turned it on English for this. They both talked about him leading Hontai. He said his only choice is to lead Hontai, and he gave the Dogazi bow twice, which is a big deal, and like walked out. So he's trying to prove himself to Tanahashi, and he beat him, and that's the deal, right?
That's the only way forward to lead Hontai. I mean, I can think of other ways forward. Join other factions, fuck off to Noah for a couple of years. I don't know. I can think of 100
years.
things. You know, like I
Well,
can think of 100
yeah.
different things he can do that aren't leader of nerds. Oh, look, I'm a badass now. I'm like, you want to lead the
No,
nerds? Fuck
I
off.
think it's different. I think that it's kind of a mixed signal, right? Because he's saying I have to be the leader, but I'm humble. Look at me, being humble with the bow, right? So I beat you, and I am being humble about it. So he's not celebrating. He wasn't happy he won. He just won. And I don't know. I'm intrigued by the Shota Umino character at this point. And here's why, Luke. It's because of the things I just talked about. And because if we look at this card, look at where those four guys are, not just four guys, those four guys are at.
Yeah.
You got Yuya, you got Yoda Tsuji, you got Shota Umino, and you got
Gabe Kidd.
Gabe Kidd. No, I was thinking of the fourth guy. Who am I thinking of? But those guys
Ryohei
are all
Iwa.
Ryohei Iwa. They're all in big singles matches, right? That's and they're very entertaining, and the crowd is engaged one way or the other. So they don't like Shota Umino, but man, they are reacting to him, aren't they? So
There's like
I don't
5 or
know.
6 of these guys. Like you've got like Ren Narita. I like him. They found a spot for him. I like him. Gabe Kidd, loving it. Yoda Tsuji, amazing. No notes. Ryohei Iwa should have won tonight, but didn't. Really enjoying what he's doing.
He's coming along, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming along.
Uemura, holy shit. He's fantastic. Shota Umino is my least favorite of the lot, I think.
But
he's not. I feel like I want him to go away.
It's like that, huh? Okay.
I like it. It's weird. Like, I'm watching him wrestle, and I'm like, I don't think I've felt quite like this about a wrestler since. And even though he's definitely not getting booked anywhere near like that, but I remember me going like, man, Kota Ibushi's having fucking awesome matches. Go away.
Yeah, you didn't like him. You didn't
I
like
wasn't
Sonata
a fan of how
either.
he was being booking. Like, but yeah, so
look, you didn't like Roman Reigns?
I will never like Roman Reigns. I have never changed on Roman Reigns at all.
Come on.
Get fucked. No. No, I can turn around on wrestlers. I've done it on the show before, and I probably will again. Old Leg's like my latest because he's shown me something.
Where was he at? He wasn't on this show. Wow.
No.
He's training with Josh. What's Josh Barnes or whatever his name is? What's his name?
Don't train with that guy. Don't learn how to be more boring. Come on, man. I'm a deathmatch blood sport dude. Yeah, but don't touch the microphone. You suck. Yeah. Now, I want to really get behind and like him, but they haven't found a spot for him in New Japan where I'm like, yeah, because like as I said, like Ren Narita's strong stylish thing was not. I'm son of strong style. I'm like,
that was dumb.
It's kind of lame. You just wish you were someone else. But him as the double crossing smiling jerk, like it works for me because he's more of a bump master anyway. He's in the right group for that.
Yeah,
that's what he does best, bumping. Like
not striking. Yeah,
which is what Shibata was known for. Yeah,
like, come on, man. Well, I think Ren Narita will have a much longer career than Shibata will. Just my opinion. But anyway, we got to talk about the Stank Belt title match, Luke. Wow! It's Bullet Club versus Hot. It's Ishimori, Gabe Kidd, and Drilla Maloney versus Yujiro Takahashi, Ren Narita, and Sho. And this match is fucking awesome. Everybody fights, and the baby faces are, Gabe Kidd and Ishimori are the baby faces in this match.
Ishimori.
And they're like, you want to see us do a flip? We'll do a flip. And they do stereo moonsaults off the fucking ring post onto Hot. It's great. And that was amazing. So, and then Razor's Edge to the outside. Drilla throws Ren over the rope. So he's like getting in on the babyface shit too. And Hot is taking the bumps. It's awesome. They all fight all over the damn place. And then there's a catapult slap from Gabe and Maloney. What'd you think? Was that catapult okay?
Dude, I don't like the catapult. It always looks fake. But I did like the slap. I don't like the only time I like catapults is when the Canadian one, when the dude's under the bottom rope.
Yeah, that one's good.
Their chest and neck like hit the rope. because it feels less assisted then. But you know, I'm going to allow it because it involved House of Torture getting their comeuppance a bit.
It
So
was great. I thought it was funny. You know, I like a catapult. You know what I really like? You know what the best finisher in wrestling of all time is? Because it's terrifying and scary. It's the Doomsday device. And War Dogs bust out the Doomsday device on Ren, and it is awesome. And like you can see Dan Maloney's eyes. He's like, "This is scary, not for me, but this is scary."
I'm glad I'm not taking that move or doing that move.
He looks up at Gabe Kidd is about to, do the shoulder bump off the fucking apron. He's terrified, but not for himself, and it was great. I love that. That was a lot of fun. And this is like a tornado tag match more. It's like all going on at the same time, right? There's all these guys doing the moves, and he's doing the moves over here, and there's more moves. So there's a huge layer from Gabe Kidd on show, low blow, and ref bump in that order. That was poorly executed. And then Ren Narita's run around on the outside. He gets the push-up bra, and he hits Gabe Kidd right in the fucking face. And then we get the spanner. But no, Clark Connors and Sonata are here to save the day, right? So Sonata is wearing these Seth Rollins shoes.
Oh, is that what they are? To me, they look like he was wearing Sonic the Hedgehog shoes. See, I don't know what the fuck Seth Rollins even looks like.
It was like a year and a half ago that Seth Rollins wore those on wrestling. But yes, they're like you remember in Super Mario 3, you were able to get in this. It was a rare item, but there was an item like 2 times in the whole game you could get into it. It was a little boot. And it had a little wind-up thing on it, and you could jump around. And you're like invincible while you're in the boot. They look like that, but 2 of them. So that's but he had them both, and he was wearing them, so he was invincible while he wore those. And he gets the guitar out, right? And what do we got? We got all kinds of stuff here going on. So Sanaz runs. He hits Maloney with the guitar. That's what happened.
That's right.
Because they held him up like, we're gonna hit the other guy. He hits Maloney. Show. Maloney just became a heavyweight. Show pins Maloney and gets the win, and that is fucking funny, and that is a great way to get babyface heat on Maloney. Sonata reveals, what's he wearing, Luke?
He undoes his shirt, and look, he's got the new, and you notice it's a new shirt, by the way. It's the first House of Torture shirt, but that incorporates the actual Bullet Club logo. The other shirts have just had the, how New Japan will do it on the arm, like whatever affiliation the group is. So it's like, that's it. But this time it's the standard, everyone gets one of these, right? If you're in Bullet Club of your own. Yeah. So it looks like that. Sonata's wearing one. So Sonata has been in LIJ, Just 5 Guys, Bullet Club, War Dogs, and now House of Torture. I would never trust this motherfucker ever.
No.
But I'm also kind of happy because Charity calls out, "Oh my god, he's together again with Evil." I'm like, yeah, they're both Milano's favorite wrestlers as well. They're both gonna fuck with this little man. Like,
Abe isn't safe. Milano isn't safe. All the baby faces aren't safe either, because this is this is quite a axis of evil that we got going on here.
Oh, dude, like it's really cool. And now you've got like heavies for all the different echelons of the titles and juniors and stuff. I like House of Torture, and I still do. And I've been really digging what they're doing with Sonata. And I said it a couple of weeks ago, this guy should be in House of Torture, and now he is. So there you go. It's good. I like it. You gotta keep Ishimori though in War Dogs. He is muscle chihuahua.
Yeah, or he turns on them when they're least expecting it.
Yeah, he is a bit of a mercenary as well, though.
That'd be kind of cool. But Luke, we had a huge announcement at this point in the show. Did you see what happened?
Shit.
Apparently, there's going to be a tournament, and they're going to invite a bunch of juniors from like other promotions to come in and wrestle these juniors. Not a lot of them, but a few. And we got an announcement of who was going to be in this tournament.
Yes. We have it. I can do the top half if you want to do the bottom half if you wish. But it is the best of the Super Juniors, 32. It is one of the best times of the year for wrestling for me. The other one is the G1. I love both these tournaments. About the same. Sometimes I might even give the edge to the best of the Super Juniors because these motherfuckers sometimes have to pull out 4 nights in a row, all tournament matches, and that shit is exhausting. So
I hope they don't do that this year.
no,
I hope we get a little spread out a little more.
Yeah, I don't, because I don't want any of these gentlemen to get injured in any way, shape, or form. But who do we have? It's a very New Japan lineup, but to me, that just shows how kind of stacked the division is. That they don't really have to go out and get many names from anywhere else.
Yeah, and they're broke.
And they're broke.
New Japan doesn't like paying outside talent anyway, so
No, they do not. So we have El Desperado, Ryusuke Taguchi, Master Wato, Kushida. Hey, they let him out of the doghouse. Chris Charlton got to leave after 3 months, and Kushida's like, "I'll see you at Best of Super Juniors."
Yes, sir.
Kevin Knight, Ninja Mac. No surprise there. He's been turning up on the last few nights. Yep. Kosai Fujita, Robbie Eagles, and Hiroshi Takahashi. That's the first half. I don't know if these are the actual blocks.
Who was that last person?
Hiromu Takahashi? Did I say Hiroshi Takahashi?
Yeah, you did. I was like, okay, I'm interested in this wrestler. Hiroshi Takahashi. Why don't you keep going? Because I don't have them in the same order. So
all right. So I just got the photo I'm looking at, and next we have Bushi. I used to type all these out, and then I was like, why am I doing this? I'll just go online. Oh, look, there it is. Next we have Bushi, Francesco Akira. I want an Akira Despy match. Put him in the same block. Taiji Ishimori, Clark Connors, Sho, Yoshinobu Kanemaru. They couldn't fit all of Kanemaru's name on the thing. So it's kind of
It's long just to be an asshole.
Yeah. Dragon Dyer. I'm skipping one because I'll talk about it last. We got Dragon Dyer.
Hey.
Cool. Mao, who maybe I'll connect with more.
Good. He's going to
be in the tournament because his tag preview didn't.
He's perfect for New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Juniors. He'll be great.
And we have from AEW Nick Wayne. So that cool. The one person I didn't announce was CMLL.
Titan!
Oh, has it been announced as Titan?
No, it has not. It'll be Templario, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's either Titan or Templar.
I hope they're having a tournament in CMLL.
I can't say Templar. I can't say it. It's the new Alex Cotton. I can't say that CMLL dude. I'm going to call him Mr. Templar. Simon Templar. He's the Saint. I'm just going to call him the Saint.
I'm really hoping that in CMLL they have a tournament and the winner gets to go to the Super Juniors, right? The finals, it's Titan versus Templario, and Titan pulls a hammy and can't even continue, and he has to forfeit, and he never wrestles again. In New Japan. He can wrestle wherever he wants, but not
there. Yeah. All right.
It's the first Super Juniors without Titan in a long time.
So far.
Okay.
Yeah. No, of course you are. You no shit. It is hey, if you're looking for wrestlers you don't like more than Goto, isn't that one of them, Titan?
Yeah.
Because it's not like Goto had the temerity or the fucking balls to be like, I'm in LIJ now.
No.
Unlike Titan.
Well, they wouldn't have accepted him. They would have been like, well, no, you're over there. I don't know what you are, but you're not this, so.
All right, so then our next match is for the Never Open title. Takeshita is on his 5th defense. If he wins this, he will equal Masato Tanaka. No wrestler has done that since Masato Tanaka.
The first champion.
And it's kind of annoying me that the person who's going to do this isn't a New Japan guy. It's
okay.
And some of his Never title matches haven't even happened in Japan.
Why do you want Takeshita to lose? Why do you want Ryohei Iwa to win?
Well, I like my Never Open title to be seen when I'm watching New Japan shows, and this is the first time I've seen that title in a while. And
So you
but you're
want
like,
Ryuhei Iwa to bring it back to Japan? That's
yeah.
your rooting interest here.
And,
Okay,
and if
okay.
people are like, Luke, but what about AEW? I kind of haven't watched it in 3 weeks,
Hey,
so
Takeshita's not on TV anyway, so who cares? You know.
I don't know if he's bringing that title out there or not. I don't know. I didn't even watch the pay per view yesterday. It's the first time I haven't done that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But anyway, this match is fucking awesome. I would have changed the finish. That's the only thing I'd change about it. This match is fucking awesome. And it's there's 2 replays in it. They're both by Takeshita. They're really good. But look, there's this match. This doesn't start the way I thought it would. It starts a bit slow with some grappling and all this kind of stuff. But these guys are just testing their strength against each other. It's pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of a match we saw earlier with Sonata and Yuya Uemura. There's some of that stuff. It's really good grappling wrestling. It's the grip showing that he's the grip. He's going to grab a hold of you and he's going to fucking do some shit on you. So,
he's
and
pulling fuck your arm.
That's right.
You want to hit me with your arm? I'm going to break your arm.
That's it. I'm going to break it. And it's very different, but I can't help but mention that we saw some of this earlier, but not the whole thing, but some of the like Takeshita. I'm going to do this. Yeah, I've still got your arm. All right. If that's going to be a new staple in New Japan, I kind of like it. The old, because you'll see all these typical escapes you'll see a million times from submission holds, right? Or from what if we get it's the new thing in Japan? Like, hey, I've still got it. Hey, I don't know. Maybe it's the thing.
I dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah. What was the last thing? It was everybody does submission holds at the same time, or there was one during the Best of Super Juniors as well. They were all busting out. So, I don't mind this becoming a thing because I think it looks cool and it looks different. Another reason I wanted Ryuhei Iwa to win because I see him do some kind of gnarly creative shit that I don't think I've seen that much before. Like he does this Rana from a weird looking angle, and I'm like, what are you doing? Wow, okay, that was interesting. And then just getting slammed and keeping that armbar on. I'm like, all right, okay. Like Ryuhei Iwa is like, I might be losing, but I'm going to pull out some shit that you might not have seen before, or I'm seeing something from this dude.
Because they did weird moves while he was still in the hold.
Yeah.
Like there was 3 moves while that happened, and it was really cool. It was in the double wrist lock too, where your arms behind your back. So like Takeshita was able to negotiate that and still do moves and good shit.
And he didn't let go. So both these guys are willing to be like, hey, let's try some shit in a title match. Like, and that's what you want. I want to see that. Like, these are both hungry young men. And I love to see it. And I love to see it.
Sakamoto reffing this though? That was weird. Is Kenta Sato in the doghouse? Or did he have to ref that previous match? Is that what was going on? I don't
know, but I think it's all right for Sakamoto to get like a higher profile match sometimes. Besides, you're saying, why isn't Kenta Sato reffing this? I'm like, it's a never open title match, motherfucker. Why isn't Chumpy reffing this? Like,
I know. You're right. Sakamoto still, he's got to get something better than, hey. Yeah. It's like when your dog's getting in the garbage. Hey. That's what he does. And I love it.
And I'm like, all right. Because I'm thinking, like, I wouldn't not necessarily start with lots of grappling and submission-y things for the start of my never open title match, but then they managed to do creative shit out of it, and I'm like, I'm going to shut the hell up. And then I eventually get all the shit I want anyway, which is both men suplexing the shit out of each other. Name the suplex. They almost did all of them. Maybe not a straight jacket, because that's Tanahashi's retirement move. Because it's fucking awesome. I love seeing him do it. It's my favorite move Tanahashi does. And dude, this is like a move that Ryuhei Iwa rebounds off the ropes. He's grabbed by Takeshita, down and up. That's a rebound wheelbarrow German suplex. Oh, that is my shit. That is what I want to see in a never open title match. Holy motherfuck. That was awesome. Iwa gets to look absolutely strong with some of the kickouts that he gets to do as well. I love it. He gets really close with some of his things as well. I think he'll need a different finisher than the discus lariat, which is a very telegraphed kind of finisher that even now that he's just come back is kind of easy to kind of telegraph and get out of it. Maybe that's the reason he's chosen it. You need a move that's easy reversible, but once he hits it, you're fucked.
Like
maybe that's the go. But you know,
yeah,
he needs to add, maybe he needs 2 finishes there. You know, something else. He needs to add another.
He's got the grip, you know. He's got some holds and shit, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sure he'll be using that. I mean,
yeah, but this is a never open title. How many people have you seen tap out in a never open title match?
Nobody gives up. But how many Rainmaker counters have you seen?
Yeah, that's true.
A lot,
that is true.
right? So somebody needs that as a finish.
So I'm into it. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm ready to see some gold on EOR. I'm quite happy for it to be the never open title. I would like to see that belt every time there's a New Japan show almost. And the Blue Thundery Bomb move again by Takeshita. 1, 2, 3. Takeshita retains. And I'm both simultaneously happy with that and really fucking annoyed at the same time.
I get it.
But this match was fucking wonderful, and it's exactly what I want from a never open title match.
Yeah, I watched it twice. You know, second time it was like much quicker. I don't know. It was like, wow, this was short. It was like 11 minutes or something like that. You know, it went quick. It was a pretty short match. But like usually a never title match is between like 10 and 14 minutes. So, you know, that's what you want. And they went hard the whole time. At the beginning, there was something really cool. And it was like something you don't see very often is that, okay, Rihoi was like, we're going to run the ropes. And he shoots him into the, Takeshita in the ropes. And Takeshita's like, cool, we're doing the lucha spot. And that's where the guy like goes down and does a roll, but he splits his legs and the other guy jumps over it, right?
Yeah.
Rihoi was like, I'm not jumping over shit. And he pins him like bulldog style, like straight down. And he almost wins. And that was like right at the beginning. And that was a cool spot. Really cool spot. Because after that, Takeshita was like, oh, we're not playing. Well, I'm going to suplex you and Yakuza kick you on the fucking face. And he does. And I really like the suplexes. It's awesome. I was very sad. And I'm just being honest here. It's very sad that he didn't really get the legs on that wheelbarrow suplex. Usually Takeshita grabs the guy by the legs and it looks like a 10-foot tall suplex.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't get it. You know, so unfortunately, and we didn't get that camera angle that like is looking up, like the Andre angle where you can see how tall it is. So maybe the camera guy knew something. I don't know. He knows more than I do. So I love that match a lot, but it was very never, but in a way that's not the normal never.
Yeah, because they didn't just charge each other at the start. And it wasn't until, like you're right, with that drop down kind of subversion that it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we're trying to win this match. We're not trying to entertain anybody. It's almost like Takeshita's on, American TV, right? American TV wrestlers are entertainers, but Japanese wrestlers are sportsmen, trying to win. And it was almost like that. It was like man, we read a lot into wrestling a lot of times, but I think it's there in New Japan. You know what I mean? I really do. And that's one of the reasons I love it. We talk, it's a love letter to New Japan this episode. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Next week, we had the IWTP Heavyweight Tag title match. One of my least favorite titles in New Japan. And I love this. First of all, Marty Asami's in the house. And he's like, hey, bro, I got this on lockdown. Sakamoto, Kenta Sato, Red Shoes, stay in the back. I got this. And he does have this. And this match it's Hiromu and Naito versus Newman on the Cobb. And Newman on the Cobb are the challengers, and LIJ are the champions. So Newman and Hiromu start with some dope running the rope shit. And it's kind of a little bit, juniorish, but Newman's shit always is like that. But Naito gets in, double clothesline to everybody. And it's like, they're not taking this seriously, right? LIJ, they just aren't taking this. And I know they never take anything seriously, but
I think they take Cobb seriously. They don't take Callum seriously.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point, So this match is awesome. Cobb and Naito do some really cool ass moves in this match, and Naito's invested in the match and is trying hard. And Naito and Hiromu have a lot of tag moves that are tandem that United Empire are not prepared for. And it happens a lot, where United Empire gets some momentum and all of a sudden some crazy tag move comes and you're like, oh, fuck. And it's not always, the double clothesline. But, Dropkick Destino. What is this Dropkick Destino? I don't know what that means. But Cobb breaks up the pin. So it's a dropkick and then a Destino. So Cobb, his nose is bleeding at this point. Cobb is doing a move on Naito, and Hiromu cross bodies him, which is really funny. And so he slams them both or something. And then there is a bump into the corner where Hiromu hits the corner German suplex on Newman, and Newman goes flying into the corner like his life depends on it, and it was great. There's a Tour of the Islands on Hiromu, but he tries it on Naito, but that turns nicely into a Destino. It's great, man. That was really cool. We've seen the Tour of the Islands Destino counter quite a few times. This is a really good one, though.
Because I thought for a minute, my brain is just like, oh, well, Cobb's out. Oh, shit, they're going to pin Callum, aren't they? Aw.
But huge Oz cutter, right? And he hits out on Naito, Newman does, and he tries some driver thing from Newman, but Naito kicks out. And it says right here, fuck! So I was pissed. I was like, come on. So Tour of the Islands on Naito. Cobb throws Naito at Newman, who hits a running knee. Newman hits his new finisher, or I didn't even know he had a finisher, on Naito, and he pins Naito. Newman on the Cobb are the tag champs. They beat Naito and Hiromu, and Newman finally pinned Naito. That is big time. I love that.
Not only that, I know I got pissed off when he spat on Callum, by the way, but I like...
That's respect from Naito.
Yeah, pretty much. But taking that huge Oz cutter bump as well, I'm like, all right, okay. All right, Naito. All right, you're winning me back here. Yeah. This match was great. I didn't think they'd go for this finish, mostly because they just put the title on Naito and Hiromu, and I thought this kind of dream team duo might stick around for a little longer. But you know what? I'm quite happy with Callum getting his win over Naito and the Empire boys getting the tag titles. It's fucking awesome. And Cobb, definitely, he gets on the English commentary and he's like, oh, I thought I was leaving. I thought I was leaving. Isn't that right, Internet? Am I leaving? And a part of me is just like, oh, you're not getting your payday. Another part of me is like, yeah, you're staying. Yeah. And I'm like, hopefully he's making decent money. And
hopefully he did get his payday, to some extent. Yeah. Good enough for him, and I really like those two as a tag team. They have some character and some determinism, or they just seem like they're motivated to win in a way that United Empire isn't always that way. So I like that. How will Newman do as a heel? Because he's got to be a heel, right? And I think heel Newman's going to be pretty great.
Yeah. It's if he's the Flash now, he's going to be Zoom, or the Reverse Flash.
Yes.
That's how it's done.
Reverse Flash. I knew that.
Yeah. You didn't know Zoom though. That's all right.
Yes, I do. It's the thing that we don't use. We use Google Meet.
Like
some people use Zoom, but we use Google Meet.
That's right. All right. So next we have. Oh, by the way, I was whilst I loved Takeshita and Iwa, I was a little kind of down that Takeshita won just a little bit, and then these four men cheered me right back the fuck up, and they did it in no time at all. And then these two men. Oh, man, I love this match. It's Yota Tsuji versus Evil. Ref Chumpy is definitely here. And before I can even think of typing this out to you, you've already done it. That's not Yota Tsuji. And
we were watching this live together. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, nope, it certainly isn't. It's his brother again. And you sent me a photo just as I was thinking it. I was like, wow. Yota Tsuji's brother looks like Charlie, Moist Critical, and you sent me a photo of Moist Critical, and I'm like, I am thinking the exact same thing, man, same brain. And if you ever wanted to see what Yota Tsuji would look like if he decided not to bulk up, looks like a fucking stick figure. Oh my god, his arms
looks cooler than me though.
Oh, definitely cooler than me as well.
That's not much. That's not very.
Hey,
cool.
His brothers with a friend of Naito.
Yeah, it's true. And he's like a stuntman in the movie.
He's a fucking stunt man. Like, he's got one of the coolest jobs you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't have one of those death-proof cars, though. That's not good.
I mean, you know.
I mean, the car's good, but depends on what he does with it, really.
You know.
Anyway, so Yoda uses his brother, and commentary plays dumb, but I come on, man. Anyone can see that it's not him. But how's it?
Even I could tell.
Yeah. Yoda comes out to make the save, and Yoda blocks an eye poke, and then pokes Evil, and and Dick Togo takes Yoda's brother out to the back. He's like, "Fuck this." There's a Darkness Scorpion on Yoda Tsuji, and of course, what do you do when you're a heel like Evil? You leave it until 4.99999. Then you let go of the hold. Of course.
Maybe not even that.
Yeah.
You can push
and
them
then
down.
For quite a long time, I think people forget these parts. I feel like people forget these parts and only focus on Evil's this big cheating douchebag. People just like to pretend these parts never happened because of shenanigans that House of Torture do. Because what do we get for quite a while until, that son of a bitch Kanemaru comes back out with Yoda Tsuji's brother? We get about 10, 15 minutes. I don't know how long it was. Of really fucking good wrestling between Yoda Tsuji and Evil. Yeah, sure, a lot of it's Evil like getting heat and beating him up, but Yoda Tsuji turns it around and starts wailing the fuck out of Evil, and there's really good back and forth between both guys. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much how these matches go. Like, I don't know. I miss the Evil of old. Oh. Like, there he is, right there. You get him. You don't get him for the whole match because, like, he doesn't want you to cheer him. But and he also, everyone in House of Torture has this special skill, I guess. Even though maybe Yujiro might be the exception, but they're all fucking crazy bump machines. That's Murder Machine. No, Show was a bump machine.
No.
Like, I wanted Show to be like this junior never champ guy, but I don't know. I've really liked him in this role. I like all of them in these roles. And Evil, man, I love watching this guy wrestle. I love watching him do his thing. I love watching him bump, making the other guy look good, and then just take over like a jerk. And he's got the fucking face. It's friggin' awesome. The thing is, though, what happens? Yoda Tsuji starts getting his freaking own back. He starts whooping Evil's ass, and I'm like, that can't go on for too long. It doesn't. Why? Because Kanemaru, he comes back out now, and he's got Yuji's brother. He's like, fuck. Hey, that starts the distraction, and we start the real big cheaty portion of the match here. All right, the wrestling part, the really good wrestling part is over. Now it's the House of Torture part, and then we get the really fun spot where there's a dick-to-dick contact, and then Yota and Yota's brother get garroted at the same time by Dick Togo, and the cheating has gone too far when you think to yourself, "That's too much cheating. Evil's losing," and when the cheating's gone on for so long and so bad that another LIJ member is like, all right, now I've got to help. Because Shingo comes out to make the save. I'm marking out. I'm like, yay, it's Shingo. Evil gets close, though, but he doesn't just take a powder. He also takes a whiskey. I would have kind of made me laugh if the powder was washed out by the whiskey and he could see again right in time for a gene blast. But I like this finish anyway. I mean, I was a little disappointed. I was kind of hoping that Evil would get Finley's old title, and then if Finley loses the main event, Evil can go like, "Hey, remember this, you motherfucker?"
He loses the main event. You're adorable, Luke.
But you could have done there was so many stories we had. Listen to the last episode or watch it on YouTube, everyone. In the last episode, we're talking about all this stuff that we think might happen between Evil and the War Dogs and House of Torture.
Yeah.
And they're going to do some of that. It's just none of the titles are going to be involved at all.
That's good, you don't need titles for that shit.
But yeah.
Maybe stink belts.
Yeah, well, Evil's not involved with those, so... but they're going to be... Yeah, all right. But Evil, he gets close, but he takes powder to the eyes. Oh no, TikToker, you missed. Kanemaru's like, don't worry, I'll get the whiskey. No, Evil takes that too. Marlowe crash and a Gene blast, and Yoda Suji retains. We can talk about what happens post match in its tick. What do you think of this? I had a great time.
I loved it. This was a
Yeah.
blast. It was tremendous House of Torture shit. Yoda Suchi rules. He knows how to sell. He knows how to, make huge comebacks and be a like mega baby face, and that's what he's doing. So,
yeah, it's fucking awesome match. I loved it too. What I liked is Yu Uemura comes out and he's standing on the ropes, and Yoda Suji has his back to the entranceway. He's on the mic. He's like, "All right, I fucking whooped Evil's ass. Sweet. I want Yu Uemura." And then
he's already standing
Yu's already fucking there.
That's awesome.
I thought that was awesome. I was kind of like, oh, I wanted this Evil story I've got in my head. And then I saw Yu Uemura come out, and I was like, oh, no.
Young Guy Wars again.
Yeah, let's do this. Because remember when they wrestled in the G1? Didn't Yu get injured?
Yeah, and it's been a while, too. And
it's been a while.
They've feuded in the past as Young Lions and when they first came in and stuff like that. So it's time for Young Guy Wars. I'm in. I love it.
Dude. Yeah, so like my brain's being like, oh, I wanted House of Torture to win. I know I'm the only person in the world who thought that. And then Yoda wins, and I'm not mad. I love Yoda Suji. And then as soon as I saw Yoda come out, and then Yuya come out, and then Yoda Suji call him out, and he's already there. I just thought, fuck. Yeah, hook this shit up to my veins, please. I want it.
I like that.
Time.
Hey, well, let's talk about a match, Luke, that happened. It was the main event of Sakura Genesis. It's the IWGP Heavyweight Title match. It's Goto, who is the champion of New Japan, versus Finlay, who won the New Japan Cup. He has to turn in his fucking giant trophy. That is kind of fun watching him carrying that around like he. Because like Finlay doesn't care about anything, but he's got this thing on his shoulder. It like doesn't work, but I like it. You know what I mean? So anyway, we get some mat wrestling at first, and Finlay rolls the outside to rethink things. Because he didn't know Goto could wrestle, so he's got to think about it. But the crowd's insane, so they're very pro Goto. And I turned it down. But Finlay uses the ropes to drop Goto onto, and then we get a full mount, and Finlay starts beating the fuck out of Goto. And I'm like, all right, punch him, kick him, kill him, but he doesn't do any of those things except the elbow. There's a cactus clothesline, and Goto kicks Finlay on accident in the face on the way down. And that was funny. So Finlay sets up two tables and tries to powerbomb Goto through them, but the power of boredom compels him, and Goto takes over on the outside, throwing Finlay into the guardrails. Finlay takes a dope ring post bump. It's not Desperado level, but it's pretty goddamn good. Pretty good. Can't do Desperado level if you're heavyweight. It buries you. So you can't do that. So anyway, that was awesome. Finlay tries a powerbomb off the apron through the tables, and I'm like, do it! Kill him! But he pauses to fuck with Goto's kids, and that is his undoing. Because Goto summons the power of fatherhood and hits a Yushikaroshi through the table on Finlay. And it's like, so remember when Goto was like wrestling United Empire? And like he took a table bump like one time. And we were like, all right. We like this Goto. United Empire really bringing out of people. He ain't taking a like table bump as the champion unless he's losing. He ain't doing that. So I thought that was pretty funny. He's like, nah.
That's not gonna work for me, brother.
No, it doesn't. And Goto might be like that. Might be a little bit like that. So he summons the Yushikaroshi through the table. Finlay starts hitting power bombs, and that's kind of fun to watch. They fight to the top rope. Goto wants to do a code red, and I'm like, he does, and I'm rolling my eyes at this point. Gun stun, which is kind of cool, and with a little celebration for Finlay. And Goto hits his old finisher for 2, reverse GTR, another. He wins. Fuck him. Goto calls out Shota Umino, and they're gonna waste our time on what's it called? Windy City Fart. So
it's not a bad match, but I think what makes it great is David Finlay. Also,
awesome.
there's something I don't want to think that you are when I'm watching a match, and I like even if you are that way inclined, it shouldn't be in my brain the thought of I don't want to do that bump. No. And I had that thought that Goto just didn't want to do some bumps, which made me feel like, all right, you're a bitch. Fuck you.
That's right.
You know who else? You know who is willing to do it? Maybe there's a reason you're fucking almost 100 and you're first time champion now.
That's right. You won't take the table bump, bitch.
Like,
I'm not taking the table bump either, by the way. So
I'm
like,
that's fine. Like, I'm not asking him to do that every match or something, but this is his first major title defense. Like, I'm
his
sorry.
children are right there. He would have had to take the table bump right in front of his kids, Luke. Would you do that?
Oh no, Mick Foley would do worse in front of his kids.
God. Oh man.
Look, even if you are a guy who's like, it's not going to work for me, brother, don't make me feel like you are, you know. But he is in the same faction technically as Makabe, and they're the same age technically-ish. You know, I don't know, like
Castle.
It's when the dude I'm worried who's been injured a few times is doing like making you look like you don't like bumping. Like Finlay was pulling out. See, Finlay was wrestling like he was a champion already. To me,
he always does, though.
Yeah,
and
I don't know. I don't think like David Finlay doesn't need someone like Goto to elevate him. It was the other way around.
That's fair.
It's the other way around. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that Goto wins. And I'm like, all right, are we going to get a decent challenger after this? No. Because he gets on the mic and he calls out Shooter. The crowd fucking boos.
Yeah, why?
And not only do they boos, it's like the Japanese crowd's booing it, like, we don't want to see this. And Goto's like, fine, you won't. We're doing it in America. And I'm like, that's even lamer somehow.
It is. It's like, you know, they're like, boo, boo. And he's like, well, it's not happening here. And they're like, are we supposed to cheer that? Like,
yeah.
What kind of mind games are you playing, Goto?
Yeah, instead of that, Goto, you should have been like, April Fool, who's someone cool, quick, fuck, Honma, come out here. Ah, damn it, I blew it. Now, I don't know, like, all right.
You think this is what it's like hanging out with Goto? He just pulls stunts like this, and you're just like, we're just trying to have lunch, bro. You know? Why did you bring my ex-girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you see like they do this in TV or film sometimes where you've got like this one or two people in a group. Say there's a group of 4 people. People's 1, 2, and 3 they bounce off each other with a great joke, and then the 4th person tells a joke that they think is in a similar vein. And they're just like, whoa, dude, whoa, that escalated quick or something like that. Yeah, maybe that's Goto. Also,
yeah.
Goto is the worst. Oh, my God. All right. He's the worst chooser of opponents. The only good opponent he's had for his title reign is someone who had to win a fucking tournament in order to fight him. He didn't get to choose him.
Yeah, he didn't get to choose that one.
He chooses Tanahashi. Well, he's not winning. He's retiring in January. Who's he choose next? It's Yuji Nagata. Unless Yuji Nagata decides to go to Noah, he's not winning a world title ever again. Right? And then who does he choose next? Fucking the
guy who just lost the title match. He just lost one. Will they let Shota Umino lose again? Would they switch the title in America because it doesn't mean anything? Is that I'm so confused by last year. Naito wins the title in America, loses it in America. Like, what the fuck? And like, I'm just confused. Do the title like matches there mean like here mean more or less? Does it matter? It must matter, right? There's something.
No offense to America, but fuck the American market.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Just wrestle in Japan. Like, and if you're going to do a show in America, do one a year. I don't know. Maybe call it Forbidden Door.
Well,
when it's special or something.
Don't
or maybe
have
just
to like
pick one of your fart shows. Do one.
But strong, Luke.
Yeah.
Have to have strong.
And make sure Japanese wrestlers, make sure all your visas and shit are all in order. Yeah. Because I'm fucking freaked out by America at the moment. So just be careful.
Yeah, fair enough. But if you're, I mean, they're backed by some pretty rich people. So I think they're okay. As long as you're rich as fuck, you're going to be okay. Or backed by a rich person. But yeah, it's, I don't know, man. I don't understand this. But at the same time, the show was very good. And there was some cool shit that happened. Sonata, we got some story progression with a few guys. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I don't care about Goto. I kind of care a little bit about Shota Umino. A little bit. Just a little.
Well, it's a title match between two people I don't want to have the title. So, it's... I mean, like, Shooter's going to have the title eventually, but...
He wins! Is he good enough to lead Hontai now? Do you care about Hontai?
He's got no fucking personality and he wants to lead a faction.
Well, he's trying to show people that...
I got an angry face and I don't like kids anymore.
And he hits the regular moves now.
Yeah. You're so uncool that the kids are like, no, we don't like you. Hey, kid, here's some beer. The kids want to give kid the drinks. That's there's the cool one. I don't know, man. Like,
I'm a kid. You're a kid.
I can't drink this, but you're a kid that can drink this. Here, have this. Yeah. All right. Look.
Did you like that show?
Oh, yeah, it was a great show.
Okay. Well, let's not be poopy.
You're
being poopy.
It ended on a wet fart. With,
okay, that's a little poopy.
Out Shooter, so it's a little poopy, but
it smells a little bit.
It didn't trickle down on the rest of the show. It's fine. No trickle down pooponomics.
That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
It might be the only. Actually, I take it back. That might be the only economics that works. Trickle down pooponomics, not economics, pooponomics.
No, our money's not trickling down, but we're gonna shit all over you. That's for sure.
Poop certainly is.
Yeah,
I eat it every day.
Yeah. All right, let's do something we haven't done in a couple episodes. It's a wrestler diary, and just to put the word out to Jay, I've only got one diary left after this, just one.
By the way, Jay, tremendous individual who provides us with diaries and also is going to Windy City Fart, and we'll have a blast. And I hope it's a great show, and I really hope that Goto and Shota crush it, and I hope it's awesome. So there's that.
Oh well, I want all the matches to be good. I mean, especially the 100th match between Tom Lawler and Fred Russell and the West Coast Wrecking Crew or some shit.
We will be covering Windy City Fart, by the way. So just let everybody know.
I mean, it's hard not to when you've got like a guaranteed half an hour, 30-minute match between Gabriel Kidd and Tomohiro Ishii.
Yeah, that's good. That's going to be good times. Yeah. That's going to be like the G1 special with, Kenny Omega versus Ishii. That's going to be good times.
Yeah, true. All right, this is episode 7 by Francesco Akira.
Okay.
It's what I've been up to lately. January 25th, 2025. All right, so there's a photo of him in some kind of Japanese robes.
A kimono, maybe?
Well, yeah, I guess it's kimono-ish. I don't know if the men's version's called that or not, but let's just call it that. Fine. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, let's call it a kimono. Anyway. Oh, motherfucker. I don't want to read this. All right, I'll do it properly. He starts it like this. Hello, everyone. How have you been lately? It's been 2 weeks since I last updated this diary. It's been like 5 months since I read the last one, though. My family have now gone back to Italy. I felt a little sad when I dropped them off at the airport, but looking back on this holiday, I feel really happy. I'm especially happy that I was able to take care of my family when they came. When I first came to Japan a few years ago, my mother really supported me a lot, so I felt really good to be able to pay her back.
He was broke as fuck, and he got to buy him the sushi and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm working very hard in my training lately, and it shows him in the gym. looking very fit. Fit in a way I would never be, because I hate the gym. And there's a photo of him at the selfie in front of like an ice skating ring. I've been eating a lot lately in order to get bigger, so I hope you'll be able to see the changes in my body soon. There's a photo of him with Legos. He's made a Lego of. It's not a Star Destroyer. It's like one of the Clone Wars triangle Star Destroyer-ish looking ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like those. Those are pretty cool spaceships.
yeah, it's a fucking cool ship design. Yeah, so there's a photo of him having put that together, and he doesn't mention it in the fucking diary, but there's a photo of it. I've been on a few trips with my Italian friend these past few weeks and had a great time. I made him try natto for the first time, but he didn't like it at all, just like me. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm making every motherfucker try Vegemite, even though I love it. And there's a couple photos of things in Japan and some food and some bread, but no Kojima.
Oh, is it brioche?
No.
Bruschetta? Which one is
I have big goals for this year, and I can't wait until I can show them to you all. Let's work hard together, and that's the end of the diary.
Not very good.
No,
Not very
Akira, dude. If you're gonna make it boring, put in a fun. I don't know. Like, dude, I want to hear. You know how like we'd get annoyed of what's his name, Archer, on commentary because he broke kayfabe about hanging out with the boys and all that, and I'm like, I'm not expecting that for the diary entries. Like, you can keep it kayfabe, but like, how about a cool story of hanging out with Jeff Cobb and something like maybe you're eating with Greater Khan and he lets the fucking giant fart rip or something. I don't know, anything like.
I went to see Hanare at the hospital the other day.
Yeah.
You know, anything.
How about a diary entry of trying to remember Bag's name and failing? Like something.
Bag, not mentioned in the diary. Not mentioned at all.
No.
Fucking Bag. You know, man. I think it's a pretty weak diary, but at the same time, it lets us know that he's all business. You know,
oh yeah,
and I appreciate that. I like that he's
takes
eating
care of
a lot.
Too, so,
he's like, I'm eating a lot for my butt with a needle, and I'm also eating a lot.
That's right.
It's hilarious. Good for him. I hope that he becomes a heavyweight at one point. I mean, I'm talking like 3 years from now. 3, you know, at least. But I think he could be as good as Will Ospreay or better in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, I guess. I'm glad I kind of don't have to talk about him all the time anymore. But yeah,
what do you mean?
Yeah,
he won the match. He beat Kevin Naito.
I'll talk about Akira.
Oh no, I was talking about Will Ospreay.
I love him.
Will Ospreay beat Kevin Naito at the pay-per-view.
Oh, well, I don't even know what matches happened.
I heard it was very good, and he win the match.
All right. Could you believe that Will Ospreay beats Kevin Knight? Yes. And that's your pay-per-view match. All right.
What he says, I'm going to interview you, so you don't have to interview yourself one day. You know.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know, man. And he's Ospreay's for other people, and I understand why, but I don't know.
Well, Sakura Genesis was good times.
Oh,
what's next, Luke? I mean, what's next for us? What's next for New Japan? What are we doing?
Well, next up for us is Windy Farts, which should be fun. I don't know when Dontaku starts though.
They don't smell as bad when it's windy. You know what I mean? It kind of it doesn't linger. It's nice.
No, that's right. The Cranberries are very happy that it doesn't linger.
You know, it's funny. I believe I was like 12 years old or 13 years old, and I remember when that song came out. A friend of mine made the joke. You know, the song's about farts. And here we are, literally like 30 years later, making the same joke. It's tremendous.
So Friday, which means Saturday for me, will be Windy City Riot Farts. And then we got a week until the Road to Wrestling Dontaku starts. So
Dontaku, one of my favorite guys.
Yeah. And there's another wrestling Hizen no Kuni. I don't know what that is. And a wrestling Red Zone in Hiroshima, which are probably I have no idea what they are, but there'll probably be some kind of Dontaku Road to adjacent shows as well. So this,
Well, in America, Red Zone is this amazing channel. And listen, I'm not going to pay for it, but I'd be pirating this shit. And it is all of the NFL games at the same time, but only the teams that are about to score. So like, it's like your TV gets divided to like 9 sections, and each one is a team about to score a touchdown. It's fucking awesome because it's like watching football without any bullshit. And there's a lot of bullshit in football. So I'm just saying, Red Zone kind of rules.
Am I guessing? I don't know what American sports are like, but I'm going to assume that you have gambling feces smeared all over sports.
Yeah, but like, I don't really. I was talking about the cool thing that happened.
Yeah,
that
but
was,
that's
like,
probably
neat.
one of the things. Is that something that Red Zone just cuts out? All the
That's
gambling
what Red
shit?
Zone's for, Luke. But you're not supposed
No,
to say that part. You're supposed to be like, "Oh yeah, Red Zone's fun to watch as a fan," but I don't
no,
gamble. So to me, it's
no,
just
me
like a
neither.
fun fan thing, and you ruined it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really good at games,
It's
by the way,
it's
and
your
I'm
fault. It's
and I've
not the gambling company's fault.
no.
It's your fault.
I'm really good at games and I have a competitive streak, but as soon as someone puts like it involves money in any way, shape, or form, I go from being good to being absolute shit.
You know, I heard that Max Carlson is talking about betting on chess.
You
What
mean
do you think of
Magnus
that?
Carlsen?
That's the guy. Mhm.
I think it's fucking terrible.
I didn't hear that. I was just making that up to see what you'd say. So,
I mean, no, I think that's oh my god, no.
it's made up. It's not real. Relax.
There's probably people disagreeing with me here, but I would like gambling to get all the way the fuck away from sports. It's probably one of the major things that puts me off fucking watching it.
That's very that's common sense that you're using, Luke, and you better knock it off. So,
Oh right, yeah. You know, I would be very happy if the gambling industry just disappeared like that,
what?
faster than the stock market is right now.
Woohoo.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was sort of like, oh, I won't be stung that badly with tariffs or anything. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, you like buying comic books, don't you? Oh fuck.
That's all right. I'll
Yeah.
send them to you. It'll just cost hundreds of dollars.
Dollars, yeah.
No problem.
Fucking hell.
No problem.
Yeah, and you know, I can get shit sent to me from a lot of different countries, Western countries included, for a relatively decent price, except one.
You know, I used to send you stuff every once in a while. Can't just can't do it without going broke.
No.
It's like, forget it. Sorry.
I want to send this to my friend in Australia. That'll be
Nope. That'll be $150. Sir, it's a letter. Yes, right.
Wow. Yeah, I've got to use the fucking stamp made out of diamond dust ink or some shit. Fucking hell.
That's right. Those
No.
kangaroos won't accept it without the diamond dust.
No. No.
And they're the mail carriers, I know.
They're not putting any cheap shit in their Joey pouches, that's for sure. They don't get out of bed for anything except diamond dust.
They don't get out of the pouch.
Oh fucking hell! All right, wow. This is the longest you've let me meander at the end for quite a while, and in Goto we don't trust.